Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In our today's video lesson, we are going to discuss the topic percentages. Let us start from the basics. Let us understand what percentage is, and we are going to discuss many important things in this class. Yes. Hope I am audible. So, we are going to discuss percentages in this video lesson. Percentages is a very important topic for any given competitive exam which is based on aptitude today. So once we get to know how to calculate percentages, based on this topic, we can also calculate questions from profit loss, simple interest, compound interest, data interpretation. Clear? So all these topics are based on percentages. So percentages is said to be one of the important topics as far as aptitude is concerned, quantitative aptitude is concerned. Now let's understand what percentage is. Let us start from the basics. Let us discuss this. So what is percentage? How do we calculate percentage? Let's understand this. Let me start with this. If someone asks you to calculate, I'll give you a question first. Once we are done with this, we can discuss the topic percentages. Okay. If someone asks you to calculate 50% of 1000, what will be your answer? I am sure you guys can easily solve this, and your answer will be 500. 50% of 1000 is 500. So many of the students, you may be aware of calculating percentages or not, you may know how to calculate percentage or not, but I am sure you guys can easily answer this question. 50% of a number is nothing but half of the given number. Clear? Do remember this point. We will discuss the same thing again. And then, so the importance of percentage. Percentage is used to calculate, is to understand the comparison. When an exam being conducted between two students, if the exam being the same, that's a different case scenario. Clear? If two students from two different universities, attend an interview, and let's say for instance the first one has scored 400 marks and the second one has scored 600 marks. Clear? So this person has scored 400 out of the exam that's been conducted, the total marks that's been conducted in this exam, and this person has got 600 marks in the exam that conducted to this particular person. Now who will be a better candidate now? How do we know? How do we get to know this? Based on the total marks on which the exam got conducted. If this person has got 400 out of 500, and this person got 6000 out of 600 out of 1000, now we should understand that this person is better when compared to the second one. So that's how we understand percentages. And then fraction multiplied by 100 gives you its percentage value. Let's say for instance 400 are the marks out of 500. Now 400 by 500 multiplied by 100, this is the way to calculate percentage. So when you're given a fraction multiplied by 100 gives you its percentage value. Hope this is clear, everyone. 400 by 500 multiplied by 100 gives you its percentage value. Let's also understand this. X percentage of Y. If someone asks you to calculate X percentage of Y, how do we calculate this? That's X into Y by 100. X percentage of Y is X into Y by 100. Now, I am sure when I asked you the previous question 50 percentage of 1000, you guys didn't calculate it this way. So 50 percentage of 1000, we simply know the value that it's half of the given number. So fraction values are going to play a very important role. Let's understand this now. 50% of a number is nothing but half of the given number. So the given number should be multiplied by 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 is 50 percentage. Let us discuss the same again. If you want to calculate 50 percentage of this number, X percentage of Y, we need to calculate it this way. This being the standard way. We can also calculate it this way, 1000 into 1 by 2. You guys can understand this. 50 by 100 is nothing but 1 by 2. So once we get to know the fraction value for the given percentage, this makes a calculation that saves our time. Clear? This is the one which saves our time. We can solve the question with ease and comfort. So that's the reason we need to understand and we need to remember the fraction values for the given percentages. So 50 percentage is nothing but 1 by 2. If someone asks you to find 100% of the number itself is 100% of that particular number. So 100 percentage is nothing but multiplying the given number with 1. And then I want you guys to calculate this now. 1 by 3 is what percentage value? That's 1 by 3 multiplied by 100. This is how we calculate this. 1 by 3 is 33, 1 by 3 percentage. 1 by 4 is 25 percentage. 1 by 5, that's 20 percentage. 1 by 6 is 16, 2 by 3 percentage. 1 by 7, that's 14, 2 by 7 percentage. 1 by 8, that's 12, 1 by 2 percentage. 1 by 9, that's 11, 1 by 9 percentage. 1 by 10, that's 10 percentage. So we should be comfortable with the fraction values at least up to 1 by 10. This we can consider it as the basics. For some exams, especially if you look at the exams like bank, be it clerk, be it PO, if that's the case, we should get to know these values at least up to 1 by 20. And along with this, we should also understand these values as well. So once we get to know that 1 by 2 is 50 percentage, then what is 3 by 2 percentage? What is 3 by 2? 3 by 2 is nothing but 3 by 2 into 100, that gives you 150 percentage, which is nothing but this fraction multiplied by 3. This fraction multiplied by 3. So 53 times, that's 150 percentage. Is this part clear, everyone? I want you guys to confirm it in the comment section. Have you understood? Now, let us look at these questions once. So 33.33 percentage of 99, 66.66 percentage of 66. The questions which are present on the screen, just give a try. Post your answers in the comment section. Try to calculate these things and then we shall discuss these things now. Thank you for the confirmation, Rama B. Thank you for the confirmation, Akhil. Thank you for the confirmation, Jeshwant. Good. So 33.33 percentage of 99 is nothing but one third of the given value. So 99, as we understood that 33.33% is one third of the given value. So 99 into 1 by 3, that's 33. So instead of calculating it this way, 33.33 multiplied by 99 by 100, this is the one, makes our work really very easy. So we can take it as an advantage. Very good, Akhil, you got the answer. Try to solve the second question now. 66.66% of 66. I am sure among the values that we discussed earlier, we didn't find the value 66.66%. But still, I am sure we can solve this. 66.66 is nothing but 1 by 3 multiplied by 2. I am sure 1 by 3 is 33.33%. When this particular number multiplied by 2 gives you 66.66. So 1 by 3 into 2, that's 2 by 3. So 2/3 of the given number, 66 into 2 by 3. 66 multiplied by 2 by 3, that's 44. Very good, Jashwant. Let's keep going. Try to solve the third question of 12.5% of 64. So 12.5% is nothing but 1 by 8 of the given value. So this should strike first. 1 by 8 is 12.5%. That's 8. Now let us solve this question of 14.2857. That's 1 by 7th of a number. 12.5% is nothing but 1 by 8th of a number. 11.11 is nothing but 1 by 9th of a number. 9.09 is nothing but 1 by 11th of a number of 5544. Let me repeat. 14.2857% is nothing but 1 by 7th of a number. 12.5% is nothing but 1 by 8th of a number. 11.11 is nothing but 1 by 9th. 9.09% is nothing but 1 by 11th of the given value, that's 5544. I want you guys to calculate this and write your answer in the comment section. Do calculate this now. Once done, we shall move on to the next question. Yes. Let us discuss this question of 49% of 50. So 49% of 50 is not present in the things that we discussed earlier. Very good, Jashwant. Jashwant said 1. I think answer for this question is 1. Good, Jashwant. Let's work on this question of 49% of 50. So among the values, the percentage values that we discussed, 49% is not present. But let's understand this. We should understand how to calculate 10% of a number. Let us say, for instance, 400 is the value. I came up with a number. I picked a number at random, 400. If someone asks you to calculate 10% of this number, what is 10% of 400? So 10% is nothing but we will leave one digit from the right end. We will leave one digit from the right end in the given number. If this is 0, that's fine. If it's not 0, if you come up with a number like 425, it didn't end with a 0, and still if you are required to calculate 10% of this number, we need to put a decimal after one digit from the right end. So 10% of 425 will be 42.5. And then if someone asks you to calculate 1% of the number, 1% of 425, that's nothing but you need to put a decimal after two digits from the right end. That's 4.25. Clear? And then when 10% of a number is calculated, let's say 10% of 400, that's 40. And then if it is required to find 30% of the same number, that's simple. 10% multiplied by 3, that's 30%. So 10 percentage, we know the value as 40. 40 multiplied by 3 gives your answer here. That's 40 into 3, it's 120. Hope this is clear. This is how we calculate this. So once 10 percentage is known, if 10 percentage is equal to 40, then what is 5 percentage? Half of this, so half of this. Half of 40 is 20. Hope this is clear. To keep it simple, let's understand directly proportional and inversely proportional. When it's directly proportional, let's work on the same question again. I want you guys to strictly follow this. I want you guys to understand this point. If it's not clear, do mention that in the comment section. Clear? So 10 percentage, if it is 40, and if it's required to calculate 5 percentage of this number. Observe this one carefully. When it's directly proportional, you guys can either relate it this way or this way. To keep it simple, to make it more clear, observe this one once. 10 percentage. So how do we calculate this? From a childhood, we got used to calculate it this way, cross multiplication. Cross multiplication is nothing but product of these two values gives you the same as product of these two values. I would like to repeat, product of these two values gives you the same value as product of these two. That's what known as cross multiplication. When it's directly proportional, we can calculate it this way, cross multiplication. Fine. And also, along with this, I want you guys to remember this point as well. When it's directly proportional means if the entity from this to this, if this entity raises, even this value will be increased. When this value decreases, even this value decreases. Clear? That's directly proportional. Inversely proportional, if this value decreases, this value will be increasing. That's inversely proportional. And now, percentages is one of the best example for directly proportional. So 10 percentage and 40 percentage. 10 percentage of a number is 40, then 5 percentage of the same number. Observe this one once. 10 multiplied by 4 gives you 40. Do understand this. When this number multiplied by a number to give you this number, that's the relation among these three numbers now. 10 multiplied by 4 gives you 40. In the same way, now 5 should be multiplied by the same number with which we multiplied earlier. Gives your answer 20. If 10 percentage is 40, then 5 percentage will be. As this 10 got multiplied by 4, this 5 should be multiplied by 4 and your result will be 20. We can also solve it this way. If 10 percentage is 40, I would like to pick some other color now. If 10 percentage is 40, then 5 percentage of the same number will be. You guys can also relate it this way. 10 multiplied by a number to give you 5. That's nothing but half of the given number. 10 into 1 by 2. Even this number should be multiplied by 1 by 2. Half of 10 is 5. So half of 40 is 20. When it's directly proportional, we can take it as an advantage and we can solve it in either of these three ways. First one being cross multiplication, the method which we got used to, and the second one, you can relate it this way or also you can relate it this way. You can follow any of these three things. Fine. Now let us look at the question that's been given. 49 percentage of 50. I am sure this being one of the ways to solve this question, 49 into 50 by 100. If you guys feel comfortable solving it this way, go ahead with this. There is no second thought about it. You guys can go ahead with this. If you guys are not that comfortable solving it this way, you can also pick this method up now. Do remember this. 49 percentage is nothing but 50 percentage minus 1. 49 percentage is nothing but 50 percentage minus 1 percentage. So 50 percentage of the number, as you know, that's half of the given number. So 50 percentage of 50 is 25 minus 1 percentage of the number. Previously, we discussed 10% of a number is nothing but leaving one digit from the right end. And we need to place a decimal. When it's 1%, we need to leave 2 digits from the right end and then we need to put a decimal. So it's 0.5. So 25 minus 0.5, that's 24.5. So this is 49% of 50. This is how we calculate this. I'm very much impressed. Jeshwan solved this question earlier. He posted his answer in the comment section. Very good. Now let us look at the next one now. Hope the previous one is clear. Each and every one in the class, please do mention in the comment section. Have you understood? Now, thank you Rama B for your message. Good for your comment. I'm impressed. So each and everyone in the class watching the video, please do like the video. Drop your name in the comment section so that the session will be much more interactive. Now let us discuss these questions now. If x is equal to 25 and y equal to 20, you are expected to calculate these 4 values now. So this will be really very much helpful to solve questions based on data interpretation. Percentages, comparison. When you compare things, observe this one now. Do observe this one carefully. And each and every one in the class, please do mention in the comment section. Are you guys able to follow the class? Is this clear? If x is equal to 25 and y is equal to 20, x is what percentage of y? How do we calculate this? X is what percentage of y? So x is what percentage of y? Let's understand this. The maximum value of percentage. Usually people will say that it's 100%, which is not correct. The maximum value of a percentage, it can be more than 100. It can be any given value up to infinity. There is no upper limit for a percentage. But usually we calculate it on 100%, considering 100 as the base value. We usually consider 100 as the base value. Now, if you look at this question, x is what percentage of y? When you solve this question, previously we discussed that percentage is nothing but a fraction multiplied by 100. When you calculate this, if you get to know what the denominator is and what the numerator is, we can solve the question with ease and comfort. So we should understand what should be placed in the denominator and what should be placed in the numerator. And also make sure that denominator is the base value in solving questions of this kind. So denominator is going to play a key role while solving questions of this kind. So x is what percentage of y? If this is your question, we are calculating percentage on y. So y should be the base value here and x should be the numerator. So x is what percentage of y? Out of y, x is what percentage? So out of y, so we are calculating it on y. So y is the base value. So y should be the denominator and the other value should be the numerator. And this is what we need to calculate now. So it's 25 by 20 multiplied by 100. If you simplify this, 5 times 4, 5 times 5, and then 4, 25 times 100. So your answer will be 125. So 125%. So x is what percentage of y? It's 125% of y. Let us look at the second question now. Y is what percentage of x? So we are calculating y on x. X is the base value here. So x should be the denominator and y should be the numerator, and this should be multiplied by 100. So it's 20 by 25 multiplied by 100. 5 times 4, 5 times 5. If you still simplify this, 5 times 20 is 100. So it's 80%. So y is 80% of x. Observe these two questions. Now there is a similarity between these two questions. X is how much percentage more than y. Y is how much percentage less than y. So these two questions are based on comparison. X being compared to y and y being compared to x. Now x is how much percentage more than y. So you are comparing x in terms of percentages with y. So based on y, we need to calculate x is how much percentage more than it. So y should be the denominator. Do remember this point? A fraction multiplied by 100. X is how much percentage more than y. So y should be the denominator. And then in the place of numerator, difference between these two should be placed. Reason, you are trying to find how much percentage more or how much percentage less. So difference between these two should be placed in the numerator. So difference between x and y is x being 25, y being 20. Difference between these two is 5. And as you are comparing it with y, as we need to calculate it on y, y should be the denominator. So it's 5 by 20 multiplied by 100, 20 times 5. So your answer will be 25 percentage. So x is 25 percentage more than y. Let us look at the next question of y is how much percentage less than x. Y is how much percentage less than x. This time we are calculating the value on x. X should be the denominator, the value of x being 25. Difference between x and y should be placed in the numerator. That's 5 multiplied by 100. So if you calculate this, 5 times 5, 25. So your answer will be 20 percentage. Very good, Jashwant. Keep going. Nice. Hope you guys understood this point. So how to calculate how much percentage more and how to calculate how much percentage less. So each and every one in the class, do mention that in the comment section. Have you understood? I'm awaiting the response from the other guys as well. Good drama, B. So I want each and every one in this class to participate in the comment section. Now, let us move on to the next one. Do understand this question. Try to solve this question of if 30% of a number exceeds 20% of it by 18. Let us understand this question once. 30% of a number. 30% of a number exceeds 20% of it. So the given question, it's about the same number. The given question is about the same number. 30% of a number exceeds 20% of it. Let us see how to calculate this. We know that. Let us try to solve it in two different ways. First one being x percentage of y. That's x into y by 100. 30% of a number. I'll assume the number as x. Let the number be x. So 30x by 100. That's 30% of x. Exceeds, which means that more than. So this is more than 20% of the same number. 30x by 100 is 18 more than 20x by 100. So based on this, you are expected to find the value of x. This is the general method to solve the question. This is the actual thing. Clear? I want you guys to learn solving the question in all the ways possible. Consider this suggestion I want you to consider this suggestion. Reason being, this is the method which is applicable for all the given things. Though I given variables, though I given constants, in any of the instances, it works. Fine. Now we are going to discuss another important method. I want you guys to remember this one as well. 30% of a number, let it be 30%, 20% of the same number, 20% of the same number. Difference between these two is 18. So 30% and 20%, difference between these two is 18. When the given percentages are about the same number, you guys can simply consider it this way. 30% minus 20% being 10%. If 10% is 18, then the number is nothing but 100% of the same. Clear? The number in terms of percentage is 100%. So 10% if it is 18, what is 100%? If 10% is 18, what is 100%? Can you guys answer this? Wonderful, Akhil. If 10% is 18, 100% will be 180. This is how it works. Then, try to solve this question once. Do read this question once. Do solve it. Guys, is my voice loud and clear? Please do confirm it in the comment section. Yes. %20 of a number, 27% of a number exceeds 21% of the number by 72, which is nothing but difference between these two is 72. That's 6%. If 6% is 72, then 100% is. Try to relate it this way. 6 into something should give you 72. That's 12. So 100 into something, the same number, 100 into the same number gives you the answer. 100 multiplied by 12 gives you 1200. This is how we calculate questions of this kind. Very good, Jashwant. Very good, Akhil. You guys are really good. Let us look at the next question now. Hope this is clear. Now we are going to discuss a wonderful model, and this is one of the important things. Percentage shift. Percentage shift. Read the question once, do understand the given information, and then we shall discuss this. Length of a rectangle increased by 10% and its breadth increased by 10%. Find the net percentage change in its area. Let it be the rectangle. This being the length and this being the breadth. Length of a rectangle increased by 10% and its breadth increased by 10%. Let the length of the rectangle be 10 units. Let the breadth of the rectangle be 10 units. Now can you guys tell me what is the area of a rectangle? Well, length and breadth are known. How to calculate the area of a rectangle? When these two things are known, we know that length into breadth is the area of a rectangle. So we considered the length being 10 and we considered the breadth as 10. So the area of this rectangle will be 100 units, 100 square units. Now, what happened here? The length of a rectangle increased by 10%. The initial value of the length is 10. When the value is increased by 10%, what is 10% of 10? 1. When the value is increased by 1, the new length becomes 11. And same is the case with the breadth. The new breadth becomes 11. Observe this one carefully. Length of the rectangle increased by 10% is nothing but, what is 1/10 of 10? 1. So length increased by 1, so the new length becomes 11. Breadth increased by 10%. Initially the breadth being 10, when it's increased by 10%, the new value becomes 11. So the new length is 11, the new breadth is 11. So product of these two is 121 square units. Initially the area was 100 square units, and now the area is 121 square units. So 100 to 121, that's 21% increase. So this is how we should solve the question. Now let us discuss an alternate method to solve the same thing. This will be helpful to solve all the questions which are based on percentage shift. Percentage shift is nothing but some percentage, by some percentage the value will be increased, and then by some percentage the value will either be increased or decreased. In either of the instances, the method which we are going to discuss now will work with 100% accuracy. So this should be strongly registered in your brain now. Let us see how to solve this. When the question is about finding the net percentage change in its area. If the question is about finding the net percentage change, this method will definitely help you. With this method, we can solve the question with ease and comfort. And also, you guys need to understand this one as well. This will work with 100% accuracy when you are given only two values. When you are given three, let us see how to solve those questions as well when the real question comes on the screen. Now, let's understand this. Length of a rectangle increased by 10% and its breadth increased by 10%, and you are expected to find the net percentage change. Observe this one now. When it's x percentage increase and then y percentage increase. So you guys need to understand this. I've considered this as increased, even this as increased. When the value is increased, consider it as a positive value. So x percentage increase, let it be x. You need not write plus x, let it be x. When it's negative, we will clearly mention whether it's minus x or minus y. When it's positive, you need not write the sign there. Fine. X percentage increase, let it be x. And then breadth increased by y percentage, let it be y. X plus y plus x into y by 100. X plus y plus x into y by 100. In this case, the rectangle, the length of the rectangle increased by 10. So let the value of x be 10, the value of y be 10. So 10 plus 10 plus 10 into 10 by 100. So if you calculate this is 1%, 1. 10 plus 10 is 20. So it's 20 plus 1, 21% increase. We landed on the same value again. So let us understand this. When it's x percentage increase and the other value, if it's y percentage increase, the final output will be x plus y plus xy by 100. Hope this is clear. So this is what we need to calculate now. On the other hand, if one of the value increases and one of the value decreases, what happens then? Make a note of it. Let us discuss that example as well. Hope this is clear. It would be appreciable if you guys mention that in the comment section. Is this clear, everyone? Yes. Look at this question once. Length of a rectangle increased by 10% and its breadth decreased by 10%. Find the net percentage change in its area. Length of a rectangle increased by 10. As we discussed earlier, that's x percentage increase. And then breadth decreased by 10%. that's y percentage decrease. When it's increase, we will consider it as plus. When it's decrease, we will consider it as minus. So x percentage increase and y percentage, we will consider it as minus y. Same as we did earlier, x minus y, the value of x being x, observe this one once, x plus y plus xy by 100. This remains the same. But instead of y, we will consider it as minus y. So x plus, that's minus y, plus x into minus y. Hope you guys understood this point. So simply, we will write it as x minus y minus xy by 100. We know the value of x, we know the value of y, minus 10 into 10 by 100. So if you calculate this, you will get it as minus 1 percentage. As we discussed earlier, as it's minus, we need to understand it as a decline. That's a decrease. So 1 percentage decrease. Are you guys with me? Have you understood? Very good, Jashwant. Now, I would like to give you another question. Akhil, is this clear? Have you understood? Do mention that in the comment section. Now, let us do one thing. Instead of increase, rectangle decreased by 10 percentage and its breadth decreased by 10 percentage. Okay. What if both the values are decreased? Length is decreased, even breadth is also decreased. How do we calculate now? Understand the difference between the previous question and this one. Now both the values are decreased, length is decreased, even breadth is also decreased. So how do we calculate this? Thank you for the confirmation, Akhil. Thank you for the confirmation, Ramyasri. Yes, hope the session is clear. Let us solve this question of length of a rectangle is decreased by 10 percentage. So it's minus 10. Breadth is decreased by 10 percentage. It's minus 10 again. When it's minus 10 into minus 10, that becomes 10 into 10. Minus into minus, that becomes positive value, that's plus by 100. So now if we calculate this, minus 20 plus 1, so it's minus 19 percentage. As it's minus, we need to understand it as 19 percentage decrease. Hope this is clear, everyone. Have you understood? So now we can definitely solve the question with one of the values being increased and the other being decreased. If both the values are decreased, though both the values are increased, in any of these three instances, we can solve the question with 100% accuracy. Very good, Akhil. Jashwant, I want you to calculate it again. Now, solve this question once. Previously, we discussed about a rectangle, but this time it's about salary of a person. Salary of a person that's given as 80,000. His salary is decreased by 10 percentage and then increased by 10 percentage. His salary is decreased by 10 percentage and then increased by 10 percentage. Observe this one once. You are expected to find his current salary. You are expected to find his current salary. Let us see how to solve this. When the salary is decreased by 10 percentage, that's minus 10. When the salary is increased by 10 percentage, that's plus 10. So minus 10 plus 10 minus 10 into 10 by 100. So this is what we need to calculate now. So that's minus 1 percentage. So his salary will be affected by 1 percentage decrease. Now 100 percentage being his original salary, that's 80,000 as given. When the salary decreased by 1 percentage, now the new value becomes 99 percentage. If 100 percentage is 80,000, the 99 percentage. If 100 percentage is 80,000, what is 99 percentage? 100 into 800 is 80,000. 99 into 800. This is what we need to calculate. Or 100 percentage minus 1 percentage. We know the value of 100 percentage. It's 80,000. 1 percentage is nothing but we need to leave 2 digits from the right hand. That's 800. So his salary will be 79,200. That's 800 less than his original salary. Very good, Jashwant. Hope this is clear. Let us move on to the next question. So this is from another model. Do observe this question once. Do understand this question. Try to solve this question now. A student got, very good Akhil, 30% of the total marks and failed by 13 marks. And another student got 44 percentage marks and gets 15 more than the pass marks. Find the maximum marks in the certain examination. See, the maximum percentage will be, the maximum marks will be considered as 100 percentage. In any given exam, the maximum marks will be considered as 100 percentage. Now, let us look at this question again. Exam being conducted, among which a student got 30 percentage of the total marks and failed by 13 marks. So one of the students, he got 30 percentage of the total and failed by 13 marks, which means that his marks are 13 less than the pass marks. Hope you understood this point. He failed by 13 marks, which means that he got 13 marks less than the pass marks. Another student got 44 percentage marks. 44 percentage marks and gets 15 more than the pass marks. So his marks, we can say that it's P plus 15. The previous one got P minus 13 and the present one got P plus 15. Fine. Observe this one carefully. The first one has got 30 percentage of the total. The second one has got 44% of the total, which means that difference between these two is 14 percentage. Have you understood? The second person got 14 percentage more than the first one. And the second person got 28 marks more than the first one. He got 13 less than the pass marks and this person got 15 more than the pass marks. So difference between these two persons will be, the score of these two persons will be 28. So we need to understand it as 14 percentage if it is 28. Is this point clear? Once this is understood, I am sure we can solve any of the questions based on this. The first person got 30 percentage of the total and he got 13 less than the pass marks. The second person got 44% of the total and he got 15 more than the pass marks. So when you consider pass marks as the base value here, the first one got 13 less than that, the second one got 15 more than that. So difference between these two is 28. And difference between the scores of these two in terms of percentages is 14. That's clearly visible here. So if 14 percentage is 28, then you are expected to find the maximum marks. As we discussed earlier, maximum marks is 100 percentage. If 14 percentage is 28, then 100 percentage will be 200. 14 times 2, 28. So 100 times 2, 200. Is this clear, everyone? Have you understood? Very good, Ramyasri. Thank you for the confirmation. Let us look at another question of try to understand and solve this question and make it fast. Very good, Jashwant. Solve this question and write your answer in the comment section. In an examination, it is required to get 750 marks to pass. A student got 606 marks and is declared fail by 12% of the total marks. Let's understand this. 750 being the pass marks. A student got 606 marks and declared fail. See, 750 marks being the pass marks. But a student got 606 marks. If he gets 750 marks instead of 606, we can say he got the pass mark. So how many more marks are required for this person to be declared pass? Which means that difference between these two. He should get 144 marks more than the marks that obtained. Clear? He has got 606. He should get 144 more marks to pass the exam, which means that he failed by 144 marks. So in terms of marks, it's 144 and the person failed the exam by 12 percentage marks. I want you to understand this. 12 percentage is 144. If this is understood, we can find the maximum marks of the exam. Maximum marks, that's 100 percentage. If 12 percentage is 144, then 100 percentage will be 12 times 12, 144. 100 times 12, 1200. Hope this is clear. Let us move on to the next question of, if any of the questions, if you guys didn't understand any of the questions, do mention that in the comment section. I'll explain that question again. Rahul scored 225 marks in the exam and Raghu scored 48% of the marks in the exam, which is 9 marks less than Rahul. Let's understand this. Raghu got 48 percentage marks and Raghu got 9 marks less than Rahul. How many marks did Rahul get? 25. So Raghu got 9 less than Rahul. So 25 minus 9, that's 216. From this I understood that Raghu scored 216 marks and Raghu got 48% of the total. So from this we need to understand it as 48% of the total marks. If it is 216, if the minimum pass marks in the exam is 40%. Okay, so 40% is 216. In order to pass the exam, the required pass mark is 40%. Then how much more did Rahul score than the minimum pass marks? How much score did Rahul score than the minimum pass marks? So pass marks being 40, and Rahul got 225 marks. So let's understand this. If 48% is 216, what is 40%? So let us calculate this once. If 48% is 216, what is 40%? Can you guys write your answers in the comment section? if 48% is 216? If you try to calculate it this way, 8 times 5, 8 times 6, 6 times 36, so 36 into 5, that's 180. So 40% is 180. And Rahul scored 225 marks more than the pass marks. The question is, how much more did Rahul get more than minimum pass marks? Pass marks being 180 and Rahul has got 225 marks. So 225 is 45 more than 180 marks. 225 is 45 more than 180. So Rahul got 45 more than the pass marks. Is this clear, everyone? Have you understood? Try solving this question of let us solve this question of a student scored 76 marks in an examination and he was declared fail by 32 marks. A student got 76 marks and he is declared fail by 32 marks. So if he gets 32 more marks, he would have passed the exam. So 76 plus 32, can I consider the pass marks as 108? Let's understand this. A person got 76 marks and he is declared fail by 32 marks, which means that if he gets 32 more, he will be declared pass. So 108 being the pass marks here. If the percentage of the marks required to pass is 36%. So in terms of marks, it's 108 marks. In terms of percentages, it's 36%. If 36% is 108, then maximum marks are always 100%. If 36 is 36%, if it is 108, then 100% is 36 times 3, 108, 100 times 3, 300 will be the answer, and it's option D. This is how we calculate questions of this kind. Solve this question now. I'll show you one more question. I want you guys to solve these two questions and mention your answers in the comment section once you solve these questions. Let this question be one of the questions. Also try solving this question as well. Clear? So this question is different from the previous one. And with this, let us conclude our today's session. So we are done with the first lesson on percentages. In the second video, the second lesson, we will cover the remaining concepts from this topic. Hope this session is helpful. So once you guys get the answers for these two questions, do mention that in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys. Again, we will meet in the next lesson. Thank you so much.